There are several direct commands for the Kodashim, the righteous priests, to leave Babylon and move to the countryside. Babel, or Babylon, is all the cities of the world, which are corrupt and filled with sin. Sodom today is one of 5 destroyed cities located around the Dead Sea that are littered with millions of 95% pure sulfur rocks that, when ignited, burn at 1900 degrees Fahrenheit. Messiah's book of Revelation outlines how he will destroy modern-day cities of the world with fire, as he did with Sodom. No one wants to read the book of Revelation, which Yeshua authored. Zechariah 2:7. O Zion, escape, you who dwell with the daughter of Babel. Jeremiah 51:8. Flee from the land of Babel, come out of the land of the Cashdites, Babylon, and be as rams before the flock. Revelation 18:1. And after these things I saw another messenger coming down out of the Shamayim, having great authority, and the earth was illuminated from his esteem. And he cried with a mighty voice, saying, Babel the great is fallen, and become a dwelling place of demons, a haunt of every foul spirit, and a haunt of every unclean demonic being, because all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her whoring, and the sovereigns of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth became rich from her riotous living. And I heard another voice out of the Shamayim saying, Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins and receive her plagues, because her sins have piled up to reach the Shamayim, and Jehovah remembers her unrighteous deeds. Render to her as she indeed rendered, and repay her double according to her works. In the cup which she has mix for her double. As much as she glorified herself and luxuriated by so much, give her torment and grief, because in her heart she says, I sit as sovereigness, and I am not a widow, and I do not see mourning at all. Because of this her plagues shall come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And she will be consumed with fire, because Jehovah Elohim, judging her, is mighty, and the sovereigns of the earth, having fornicated and lived luxuriously with her, shall weep and mourn over her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing at a distance for fear of her torment, saying, Woe, woe to the great city Babel, the mighty city, because your judgment has come in one instant. And the merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their merchandise any more. Merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all citron wood and every object of ivory and every object of precious wood and bronze and iron and marble and cinnamon and incense and fragrant oil and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and cattle and sheep and horses and carriages and bodies and souls of men. And the fruit that your being longed for has gone from you, and all your riches and splendor is lost from you, and you shall find them no more at all. The merchants of these, those who became rich by her, shall stand at a distance for fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, and saying, Woe, woe to the great city that was dressed in linen and purple and scarlet and adorned in gold and precious stones and pearls. For in one instant such a great wealth was destroyed, and every ship captain and every passenger and sailors, and as many as work at the sea, stood at a distance, and cried out when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What is like this great city? And they threw dust on their heads, and cried out, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe to the great city, by which all those having ships in the sea became rich by her wealth, for in one instant she was destroyed. Rejoice over her, O Shamayim, and you Kodesh righteous emissaries and Nebaim prophets, because Jehovah has completely avenged you on her. And one mighty messenger took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, With such a rush the great city of Babel shall be thrown down, and shall not be found any more at all, and the sounds of the harpists and musicians and flutists and trumpeters shall be heard in you any more at all, and no craftsman and any craft shall be found in you any more at all, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard in you any more at all, and the light of a lamp shall not shine in you any more at all, and the voice of the bridegroom and bride will not be heard in you any more at all. For you merchants were the great ones of the earth, for by your drug sorceries all the nations were led astray. And in her was found the blood of the Nebiim prophets, and the Kodashim righteous priests, and all who were slain on the earth. Isaiah 34:2. For the displeasure of Jehovah is against all the Gentiles, and his wrath against all their nations. He shall put them under the ban, he shall give them over to the slaughter. As some of the world's leading Bible scholars, our goal is to reveal a truthful understanding and translation of the Bible, which is free of man-made religion. Join us for our next video, and please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for your support, and may Jehovah bless you and hold you close. Amen.